Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? Welcome back to the O2 World Cup 2023. We've had some banger matches. I can't lie to you, Doomsday. The highlight of my day has been Ship It versus Steam Happy. But we got another banger on our hands here. The United Kingdom against Chile. Probably one of the more exciting matchups that I think was a little overlooked in this weekend, because these two are really closely knit with some really exciting matchups that could lead to some really exciting conflicts and some interesting picks and bans here. I'm Sad Shiva, and I'm joined by, I think I already mentioned it, the wonderful Doomsday. What is up, Doomsday?
What's up, Shiba? Yeah, this one is well poised to be a bit of a slobber knocker match. These two, in the head-to-head, they trade blows all day long. Chile, in terms of their history in OWC, this is their peak. This is the best they've ever done. Oh, actually, no, not quite, actually. They did better in the very first OWC. And how long ago was that? 12 years ago? In terms of their modern history, Chile are flying high and well-deserved, but against the UK, they have a worthy opponent, a team looking to get back to winning ways as well, and they're getting to the business end where their high-end mechanics players are really going to start to flex now, I think. What do you think about this one, Chiba?
I love this matchup. I feel like Chile, despite being maybe a little slightly less flexible compared to the UK in terms of their super major strengths, I'm so excited for what Chile can do because the explosive power of this team is insane. You have an unbelievable duo of both Math and Intercamming play nearly every single map who consistently perform really, really well on nearly every map you put up against outside of like hidden gimmick. On the side of the UK, you've got obviously you've got that core of Bubbleman playing, Bubbleman and Colibad playing almost every single map. And with the other two players able to fill, you've got a good variety of phenomenal aim, hidden, tapping mechanics, consistency. This UK team is super flexible. I'm a little unsure of how their form is going to be in this match, because I think a few matches would have been expected to be a lot more one-sided for the UK, whereas they had to fight it out in a 5-3 match, and Chile is far and away going to be their next closest opponent to be dealing with this. But looking at the bans here for Chile, Hard Rock 1 is going to be the first one. No surprises here. Conventional Hard Rock aim, one of the bread and butter maps for the United Kingdom. You can't keep Hard Rock 1 open when you have players like a Colibad, Rudge, Kingling around. Do not want to be dealing with that. And UK are going to be bouncing back with a super slider heavy No Mod 4.
Yeah, get rid of that Hard Rock 1. It's so big of a ban. Intercamming banned it twice in the chat. But yeah, No Mod 4 is very techy. It's very modern tech mappy with very wacky sliders and tough bursts. Chile have some players that can hard carry that. I'm looking at players like Intercamming and Mathy to do damage there. But I would have figured UK would be pretty decent at that. I can only imagine they just don't like the map because it is very wacky. That's the word I'd use.
Yeah, it's got some really bizarre slider aim requirement in there that you have to really be disciplined in to hit everything perfectly. So it's a scary one for the UK to lean into, especially considering Chile already has some really good players in that regard. Our UK are going to be finishing it off with the free mod 2 here. The Control-y free mod 2. Snap heavy ult with some really scary slider patterns here. A lot of aim control. A lot of scary snap aim patterns. Where, honestly, on paper, I would have expected this to be left open. Maybe prioritizing a different pick. But I'm not mad about this pick. I think it's still very viable because Chile have some really good players like TFGE around who can be a massive threat on maps like that.
I think they have a good 4 for a map like that, Chile. Again, I think UK would have been okay on that as well. I'm a little bit curious about that ban. But again, I suppose with the way this matchup is, the sort of maps that UK like are the sort of maps that Chile like. So, again, I guess it's just UK just don't like that one. Number 3, though.
These picks are surprising me a little bit here, Doomsday. I would have expected Chile to get rid of that hidden straight away. The UK have been very formidable on hidden, having players like Colibad and Easy Champ around, of course, Haunts as well. UK have a good set of hidden players to perform really well, and I'm really surprised to see Chile leave all 3 hidden maps open. Hidden 3, okay, I get it. That's fine. It's the hidden mechanics map. You can play around the hidden and continuously perform with your strong mechanic strength. But leaving hidden 2 open, I'm a little surprised about. Sure, you do have number 37 on your team, but when you have a core on the UK that are consistently good on hidden, that have really good proved performances on maps like these, surprised to see that be completely open. Hard Rock 1 seems to be the only ban that I would have 100% agreed with here.
I mean, Chile do like their reading maps. I do think of, Chile having a bit of a scary reading team. It's brave leaving it open against the UK, though, because they are one of the hidden teams of all time in this tournament, the UK. So, hey, I guess they must fancy their chances. They must be feeling confident on the reading side of things, which I like it. I like it from Chile that they're not afraid of that. And it's all over the pool as well. I'm looking at maps like Kero Sax, which we saw it in that Banger Show match earlier, but that is a huge one in this one. I wouldn't be surprised to see that DT4 in this one.
It doesn't seem like that's going to be the primary pick here, though. The United Kingdom going to be going into Takatori Hisho, the free mod 1 in this pool. Some really difficult pattern aim in this one. The most comfortable mod you're expected to be on here is the Hard Rock. Outside of that, if you were rocking No Mod or Hidden, it is a tough map to follow properly. It is some crazy levels of pattern aim, Doomsday.
Yeah, pattern aim all over the shop. It fits the song's history in this game well. There's been plenty of pattern aim maps on this map throughout Osu, and this is just another one to add to the tally, but certainly the hardest one for this song I have ever seen. Some of the jump patterns in this are just absurd, and especially I think in the later half, maybe about 2/3 in, there is a disgusting set of aim jumps, which I think are going to make or break this one between these two teams. Again, both teams though have great rosters for a map like this, with the density and the mod players having to deal with a lot of problems. The mod players for either team are not going to be afraid of this.
Seemingly, Chile have got a good lineup here already. Suntan has been a player who I've been looking forward to seeing perform for this Chilean team. He's done really well recently this year. Generally, quite a staple new core member of the Chilean squad. Looking at the mods here for Chile, I'm considering being intercamming or Matthew on the Hidden. Most of the time you see those two kind of intertwined with one another. They either overmod or have one or the other go. It's almost guaranteed to be one of those two. Almost guaranteed to see Santana Noma and TFGE. Of course, he's a Hidden player. We're going to be seeing him on that Hidden. On the side of the UK, though, I think that these are a lot more obvious Doomsday. Kingling, no doubt, going to be rocking the Hard Rock, and Haunt, a very good rising star for this UK team. He's performed really well in both solo and tournament play throughout this entire year, especially on the hidden free mods. And that is what we're going to see. An overmod from Chile, double hard from both Intercamping and Mathy.
Yeah, those are the two I'd expect to be throwing overmods on something like this with their mechanics skill ceiling. They'd take the reading over the increased difficulty. So you know what? I'm not too worried about that overmod from Chile. I think they'll be just fine. UK playing it safe though with the very predictable mod choices there for Kingling and Haunter.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. Probably one of the much more exciting matchups of this week. Two titans clashing against one another in this one. Whoever loses this is the one to go home. Free mod 1 is the first clash. And going to the super early section, we're only seeing a drop there from Bubbleman from the UK. Outside of that, Matthew's going to be the next to trade, so it's going to be dead even in the combat department so far. But this decent part is kind of tame. We're going to be slowly starting to build up into a really tough aim section. The first of many really tough sections to go through. Big V section here. Matthew's going to drop once again. No trades here from the United Kingdom. They're going to be building up and climbing just a little bit. Kingling still holding onto an SS past this next Hiai. But down he goes! The Caster Curse hits him hard! And the Chile are going to be able to get the flip past this first Hiai.
It's only a Colibet there with the No-Mod FC. Trying to make something happen here for the UK, but the Chileans are not giving him any room to work with. Just Matthew on the Hard Rock on their side. The consistency working out very well on this first map here. On the UK's pick, don't forget.
Oh, Kingling, another drop. A Colibet and Bowman both dropping on that stream. Tragic stuff here for the UK. They're all going to be falling apart. It's just Haunt with any kind of recovery of 200 combo. But on the side of Chile, you've still got into Camel with that Hard Rock and TFGE looking really consistent on this Hidden. Beautiful accuracy on top of that too. You're going to have to really hope for a big forward fire from Chile going into this next game section. We're approaching that halfway mark. And despite this big collapse from the UK, there's still a chance, assuming that Chile are going to drop. But into Camping and both TFGE looking so comfortable on this. They're not letting this go. The burst, and here comes the dirty stream section there. That could have led to a drop on one of your hidden players in particular, but it's going to be tripping up Bubbleman. The UK cannot catch a break. 400k in favor of Chile past this halfway mark. It's so dominant for the South American team.
The UK are having some major problems with this. They just can't get a combo together. Chile is looking far more comfortable. Here comes one of the really hard aim sections coming up here. It's intercamming with the FC, but he's on that hard rock, and that is going to be helping him here with the reading. Look at that. Look at him go.
It's the raw aim mechanics for intercamming that he's going to have to land all of this, and he's looking spectacular, hitting that entire div spike section, and there's still a third of the map left. The question is now not whether the UK can bring this back, but whether intercamming can bring something magical here as an entryway for this Chilean team to potentially get 2-0 up with their next pick. Intercamming, man, such an outlying score here. He does drop in that really scary double-triple section. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I don't blame him. That's one of the trickiest sections in that map. But regardless of that, whether or not intercamming FCs, Chile will absolutely get this breakpoint. Phenomenal scores overall here, especially from intercamming. The UK, unfortunately, just couldn't get the combos that they needed late stage. You had a little bit of potential towards that start, but it all fell apart past the halfway mark.
It just hasn't happened. This pick hasn't worked out for the UK. They've struggled to get the aim consistency down, and Chile have taken full advantage here. That's a big score as well from intercamming. Approaching 800k now. It was the dream start here for the Chileans, the high-flying Chileans, immediately stealing the breakpoint in this matchup.
Brilliant start there from Chile. You can see the two particular high scores there, obviously from intercamming and the other being TFGE. Probably the most admirable score there from TFGE on the hidden. This is extremely difficult to properly read and follow up with on the hidden. So having him around, setting some brilliant scores, completely blowing Haunt out of the water, really, really impressive. And Chile going to bounce back with a normal 5, try and bring some momentum with the Skin Thief. Raw speed here. If there's any map that could describe pure tapping stamina mechanics, it's this one, Doomsday.
Yeah, this is like a classic no-mod speed pick. The sort of speed pick you would have seen a few years ago where it's just long streams, just endless. Some of the streams in this are extremely long. I think one of the streams at the end is 160 notes, non-stop at 230 BPM. So it's fixed squarely at those speed players, and I think this is a brave first pick into the UK. Their speed roster are going to be lapping this one up, I think.
Dude, this is a bit of a bold one. The tapping mechanics is one of those hotly contested ones for both of these teams, I'd say. Chile do have a phenomenal tapping team, especially in Matthew and Gonzo, who are the two that I'm looking to see the highest performances from. But the United Kingdom, of course, you cannot count out players like Malteser, Colibed, and Rudge. It seems like Opus is going to be coming in there for the UK. Very rare appearances to see him. You'd expect him to be a much stronger of an early stage player, but he is going to be in here for the semi-final stage.
Yeah,
I'm still a little bit nervous with this pick here from Chile because I think the UK have a lot of potential to bring this back, but considering Chile looking really confident in that first pick, there's a good chance that the confidence is going to be good for Chile, but still, I would have held this pick back a little bit. But if Chile can convert it, then brilliant, good on them.
I mean, if they're picking it now, they must know they're good at it. They wouldn't do this lightly against the UK. So I'm excited to see a really good fight on this. The UK lineup is slipping in. Malteser, of course, is here. Their star speed player for the UK. Of course, Ophies hasn't played too many maps in OWC so far. Been coming in for some of the mechanics. Very solid hard rock player. Very solid mechanics player. He's got a chance here to show what he's made of.
Yeah, there have been very few appearances here from Ophies. I believe he was primarily playing double time mechanics and a hard rock free mod map earlier on in the tournament. Outside of that, we have not seen much from him. So this is a chance for us to see him shine, maybe see some very pleasant surprises here for the UK to try and bring something back, maybe even at the playing field, trading a breakpoint. But here we go, it's the Skin Thief. This aim does look deceptively easy, but it's not that easy. It's quite difficult, a little bit on the awkward side, but what you are looking at is your raw tapping stamina here. Unfiltered, unadulterated 230 BPM speed stream stamina. It does not let up at any point, especially in the Kiais, where the streams become absolute murder streams that will just completely annihilate your stamina. And we're already going into one of the early stages there. Yunha's going to be the first to drop there for Chile just after Gonza. Outside of that, though, the UK looking really good, holding on to a good combo towards the late stage. Can they hold on to this and hold on to another verse section? It seems like they have. The UK four-waying past this first third.
There's some combo gaming going on, though. 93, 95, 96% AC on 3 of the UK players. Just Malteser with that 99%. But the combo is king right now. If we get through this section, give you a nice little bit of combo and a nice little bit of multiplier they can really make use of here.
Down goes Mathy. That's a ginormous drop there from Chile. One of the players you would expect to easily full combo this entire thing. He's going to be the one to go down. Into camping as well. Chile losing so many combos. No full combos left, whereas the UK looking phenomenal into this section. Accuracy starting to drop, and there goes Bubbleman, the first drop for the UK. You see a couple more act drops a little bit there from Ophiz. Bubbleman chain missing just a little bit there, and Ophiz goes down, but that doesn't matter. You still have the 2 full combos from both the Colliban and Malteser. Malteser especially, phenomenal accuracy, 99.3. There's still such good room for the UK to just build and build and build going to this final Ki, but those recoveries from Chile could get threatening, especially from Yunha. If there is a fall apart towards the far late stages, Chile have room to come back.
I mean, with this section, though, being more doable, still plenty of little aim patterns you can slip on, though. UK has to be careful.
What's
One of their FCs go down, though. This party's more doable, though. Akaleeb can still take this back as long as he keeps his cool here.
One of the most well-known modern speed players of our era. The one to have set some of the highest speed scores in the game. It all is up to him for the UK to try and keep this alive. You have a small recovery from Bubbleman, but that's all you have for the UK. This is the final dead stream, the longest stream of the map, double Ki basically, insanely long and stamina heavy. A Colibad, can you keep this alive? Can you at least maintain equilibrium here? Yunha is trailing, down goes Mathy, and with continuous breaks there from Bubbleman, the stamina's starting to slip away, but the UK seem to be keeping it alive. The Colibad, keeping it going, keeping the combo going and securing the FC. Never mind, I take it back, I ruined it. God damn it. How do you have to break at the very end when it just gets a little bit more space? You know what? Doesn't even matter. A Colibad single-handedly keeping the UK alive. Chile with the full apart towards the end. No recoveries available. United Kingdom trade the breakpoint as 1-1.
It was a brave pick by Chile. We said it. It hasn't worked out. So immediately, both teams dropping their first pick. Already, this match is turning into chaos. But UK showing their speed ability there. Malteser with a great miscount and Ak really showing up there on his favourite skill set. You can always trust Akaleeb to do well on a map like that.
What did I tell you, Doomsday? This number 5 pick was a dangerous one. You cannot count out a Colibad and Malteser. You just can't. And Chile are going to be massively punished for it. That incredible win on the free mod 1 is going to completely nullify. And the UK are going to be trying to bring the lead back in their favor with the number 2 pick. What do you think of this map, Doomsday?
This is a very control-heavy one. I quite like it. It's a classic map as well. It's been around a few years now. UK's got some players that really like this one, but you're getting that Chile tech roster into the game here with a pick like this. There's so many contested picks. Both teams like similar maps. So I guess we're going to be saying that a few times during this matchup. This one should be another tight one.
Yeah, both of these players have a good fair share of strong control players in this regard. It's number 2, she has 4.4, 9.6. General ult control with lots of doubles and rhythm changes. With the Kiais having their own characteristics of themselves, having quite a few overlapping Floem sections. Generally, control is a big thing here. And Haunt coming in for the UK is no surprise. Colibad seems to stick around. I wouldn't be surprised to see Bubbleman here for the UK.
Yeah,
Chile.
This just seemed like a Bubbleman map. No doubt.
Oh yeah, of course. Rudge. Absolutely, Rudge should be in this, actually. I completely forgot about him for a second. Rudge has been really good on ult. I think he's quite underrated on ult, actually. Ult is one of his best tournament skill sets. He's primarily known for his double time mechanics and his aim mechanics. But god, his ult is wild, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do on this.
On the side of Chile, we've seen TFG make an appearance. Of course, when the tech comes out, TFG comes in here for Chile. One of their key players when it comes to that. He's performed so well on this tournament too. Suntan coming in there. Very solid mechanics player, but he can fill just about anywhere. And there you're left with a very solid 4-man roster there for Team Chile on the UK's pick here.
This is an exciting map. Another one where you could see players both evenly matched. Of course, you can never count out the amazing duo of Intercamping and Mathy. They're going to be performing exceptionally well on just nearly everything outside of Hidden and Gimmick. This map being no exception. If you want to look at a particular player for the UK, of course, you have to look at Rudge or Mr. Fudgeface. He's going to be the one to really look out for here. And for the side of Chile, I think Suntan and TFGE are going to be two to look out for. Suntan, despite having statistics of a mechanics play, he's been really consistent in the fill rolls on maps that he isn't particularly known for. Really consistent, and that's why he's made himself quite a good member of the 3-man core here for Chile.
So an early miss there for Mathy. A couple early misses there from Mathy. The only player to drop so far. This map's not very long, just 2 minutes. Just over 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's decently short, man. With that early drop from Matthew and the UK still holding on past this insane double section. Seeming going to be good. That space section is going to trip up 2 players, though. Akolibet and Mr. Fudgeface are going to go down. But it is traded by TFGE and Matthew, so the UK still have their lead. Intercamping and Suntan, though, are trailing. It's up to those 2 full combos from both teams to keep it going. First, you had to come through. You see these massive overlapping flowing sections there. You've got to be really precise with these, because if one mismovement happens, you can lead to a chain miss and completely overlap and hit that note lock, and that's going to trip up into camping. But that seems to be the only miss so far. The UK looking good.
It's just Suntan coming in here for Team Chile, trying to hold the fort. Hornster coming in though on a map like this, doing well. Bubbleman on one of his most well-known skill sets, showing what the veteran can do here. The slow part's going to be pretty good for that multiplier as well for Team UK. So at the moment, they're sitting pretty, but that score lead's precarious. Oh, they go Suntan though. Well, they might just be okay. There goes the FC for Team Chile now.
The UK outside of Rudge were insanely ready for that crazy reverse slider there. It's going to trip up the most threatening combo from Chile. You've got Intercamping and Matthew on that recovery, but the UK look far too strong. Haunt may drop, but Bubbleman, the most decorated tournament player of all time, is keeping it going for the UK with the full combo. Akolibet with a brilliant recovery as well. You still got a third of the map left, and this rotating slider pattern should be decently easy as long as nobody neglects these sliders. But Matthew's going to be the one to drop, actually. And that just makes it even harder for Chile to come back. There's only a quarter of the map left, and Bubbleman still holds on to his FC with fantastic accuracy as well. This guy's keeping it going and keeping a beautiful combo for the United Kingdom. And Akolibet has got his back if he is to falter with the second highest combo in the lobby going into this next KI.
Yeah, this one's working out just fine for the UK. Akolibet bringing it back with the classic reverse choke. But Bubbleman doing what he does best here. You give him a control map at late stage, and he just makes it look ordinary. This map is no joke, but that accuracy is just insane from Bubbleman right now.
It really is. Look at the guy doing it all. So good on this control, so comfortable on this ult style. Bubbleman finishes it off with an FC, and with phenomenal accuracy at that. What a score. You've got great recoveries from Akolibet as well. It seems like the UK had it all over, had the win solidly placed in their hands just past that halfway mark, where Bubbleman truly shined. The UK take map number 3.
It's a good contested one on paper, but the UK took it pretty comfortably in the end. Chile had some nice recoveries in the second half of that, some good miscounts. Just a 2 miss, 99% basically from Intercamping. And Suntan's accuracy very nearly matching Bubbleman's there. So it was pretty close, but combo is king after all. Competitive, but the UK, very nice score there overall.
Chile.
They're
going. This is another one that I would say is a little bit shoddy.
Oh, it is. These Chilean picks, man, they're making me a little bit nervous, but they are really not pulling any punches here. They are trying to take on the UK at their game right now. Oh, you love to see it. Far East Nightbird, 10.3 DT speed. Classic, another classic map. But this pool has a lot of older maps in it now I think about it.
Yeah, you got the DP4 following up afterwards, which is even older.
Yeah, somehow this isn't the oldest map in the pool.
Yeah, but I'm sure many of you are familiar with this map. Far East Nightbird Core K Remix mathed by RLC. It is a very old but very iconic map. Fun fact, quite commonly used as a tiebreaker in highly low ranked tournaments, like 5-digit tournaments, but for a DT, this is a whole different beast, and that is not an overemphasis here. This is some ridiculous levels of speed control. AR 10.3 as well, 263 BPM. Chile are sticking with their core strengths of that raw double time mechanics. That previous no one pick with the Skin Thief, unfortunately did not go in their favor. In fact, completely fired back in their faces. But Chile seem to be comfortable. I was getting confident and comfortable mixed up, Doomsday. I'm really slipping here.
You know what you mean.
But yeah, Chile are a phenomenal type of mechanics team. And despite losing to the Skin Thief, I don't think they are going to let that slide, let that jolt their momentum, let that jolt their strategy of still leaning into what they're best known for.
It's a different sort of speed. It's a very different beast to the Skin Thief. This is more about shorter bursts at higher speed, and there's a lot of aim involved as well. It's more of an all-around sort of DT speed mechanics test, and I think that's going to suit those key players, you know, Intercamming and Mathy, and Gonza as well. And honestly, all four of these Chilean players, this suits them better than Skin Thief, in my opinion. Should be a better map for them, I think, overall.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that. I would have to agree. I think Mathy in particular is going to be the one to look out for. He is known as control players out there. Am I lagging, Doomsday? I think I might be lagging a little bit. But
a little bit there.
A little bit. Sorry. I'll repeat what I was saying. Mathy is well known to be one of the best double time control players in the world, if not ever. He is an absolute freak on this. I am expecting him to perform exceptionally well on a map like this. But when you have players like a Colibed on the other side and Rudge as well, it's going to be a tough challenge, a tough ask for the Chilean squad to try and do something. You still have the potential of the rest of the team, but the UK once again are a big threat on a map like this.
Intro starts out slow, but here comes the business end of the map. Well, they're breaking the bus slider from Suntan. First drop for Team Chile. 3 AFC to 3 as we get into that breakdown section with the bursts.
This is a really tough console section here. Several triples going into some really scary fast sections there. The only drop being from Bowen from the UK previously, but there goes Rudge. But it is traded by Intercamming and Suntan once again. Bubbleman once again dropping, but that's not really what you're looking for at the moment. But Desmond Teaser, that's the drop that you were looking for. It is traded by Mathy, however. It is a Colibed against Gonza to try and keep this alive. He has the accuracy lead over a Colibed, but it's still so dead even. The recovery slightly in favor of Chile, but not by much. And you know, I take it back. No, the UK have the advantage in the recoveries. Just barely, though. Not by much. It's all between Gonza and a Colibed to try and bring this there. That's a big stamina stream section there. It's going to trip up Rudge. Recoveries back in favor of Chile and advantage back in their favor. But those two full combos are still absolutely pivotal building up into this next half.
It's dead even, slightly with Chile thanks to that break from Rudge. With the next hard section coming up, it's gonna be very competitive by the time this map picks up again. Maybe about 50k advantage, maybe slightly more now. Another break there from Rudge. But again, the big combos are the big story here. This is scary stuff for the lobby. They see where they stand.
The next part coming up is going to be a little bit more on the control side. You see those weird sliders there with some bus sliders into it as well. The control is really important here. A little bit outside of the typical speed mechanics that you would expect here, with a few buzz still added there. Can either of these players drop? Are they going to be either drops? Here we go. Here's the ramp up. More and more bursts to come through. The two main combos still looking good, but down goes Bubble Man. That's the first recovery for the UK gone. The rest of Chile looking so consistent here. Intercamming and Suntan looking brilliant along with Mathy. Gonza is still keeping it alive, completely nullifying the strength here from a Colibed. And going into the ending here, there's only 200,000 difference here, but the recoveries from Chile are absolutely phenomenal. Gonza, when you see the man on a good day, he's going to keep Chile alive and completely destroy this. A Colibed, equally phenomenal score. shining Gonza on the accuracy, but the rest of his team could not keep up. And what was a really scary pick from Chile ends up being a blessing and gets them that win. 2-2 now.
And it's 2 FCs on Far East Nightbird DT. Yeah, that's something we're seeing today on both sides as well. Akalibed and Gonza. Round of applause. What a great pair of scores there, but what a great set of scores in that second half of that map. I think it was only the one break really on that final breakdown section. All 7 other players held through that for the most part. So well done for everyone in the lobby to hold their nerve after that break. But it's going to be Chile taking their first pick. Well, winning their first pick because they lost their other one. You know what I mean.
Oh my word, do you see that, Doomsday? 2-1 misses from both Bubbleman and Rudge. Oof. The potential that could have been the UK, unfortunately, did not come to fruition. Likely to be a slider break as well, followed up there as well, but still, that one miss could have been swapped for a ginormous combo.
But they said the same about Intercambing with his slider break S as well. Some crazy scores in that lobby. that was a pleasure to watch.
That was a crazy round, genuinely a crazy round.
Man, this has been a popular one so far. I'm a bit surprised actually, but Sig comes out. 3 mod 4. The Precision, Low AR, Anti-Mod, 3 mod pick coming out from Team UK. And their mod players going to be coming in for another round on this really hard Yokes reading map. As soon as this map came out, of course Easy Champ would be in the lobby. It wouldn't wait. And no 37, of course. These are the only 2 players you need for a map like this. The reading gods themselves.
Look at them just immediately coming in. They've been eager to be playing this one. They're 2 staple reading gimmick players for each respective nation. Filling in first is going to be Kingling. I don't think that's a surprise at all. This one is extremely high CS with Hard Rock applied. CS 7.8 with Hard Rock. Kingling, I mean, what more do you have to say about him? He is one of the best Hard Rock Precision players in the world. Absolutely going to be rocking the Hard Rock here. Who would be surprised about that? Seems like Haunt is going to be coming for the UK as well. Do you think we're going to see a double hit in Doomsday?
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about double hidden. I mean, I'm wondering whether we'll see double Hard Rocks from possibly both sides. I think we'll see a couple of Hard Rocks from Chile, judging by the players that they have. I guess we'll see what happens with their 4, but I'd be surprised if the UK overmods, but a double Hard Rock wouldn't be out of the question. But looking at that roster, maybe not. Maybe not. Might be playing it safe.
For Chile, you've got number 37, Intercamming, Suntan, and Gonza. Intercamming most likely the one to be whipping out the Hard Rock. On the side of the UK, of course, we're expecting Easy Champ to most likely be rocking the Hidden or Haunt. Honestly, that's a big alternation thing here. I'm really unsure of who's going to play what. Whoa, Bubbleman is going to be rocking the Hidden. Okay, you know what? Honestly, Bubbleman is very good as well.
Oh my, wait. Oh my goodness, dude. Look at the mods on Chile.
Oh my lord.
3 low AR Hiddens from Team Chile.
Haunt doesn't have...
They are not playing.
Wait, Haunt is missing no fail. He doesn't have no fail.
No fail.
Haunt doesn't have no fail.
Haunter is confident.
Oh no. If he fails, that's disaster. Anyway, let's get on to the match, shall we? That is a ginormous overmod there from Chile. Triple Hidden. With 1 Hard Rock that is Intercamming that we confirmed previously. Kingling, of course, going to be the one on the Hard Rock. Easy Champ going to be rocking the no mod. Honestly, no surprise at all. AR 7.5, no mod is still going to be really comfortable for a guy like him. And Bubbleman on the Hidden, I didn't expect, honestly. I was expecting either Haunt or Easy Champ to take it, but honestly, I'm here for it. Bubbleman has been very strong on these Hidden reading maps as well. Just that normally you would expect the other players to be much more comfortable, but nope. The man himself, the most decorated tournament player in the world, is going to be the one whipping out, but it's going to be him to drop alongside Easy Champ. On the side of Chile, you got that traded there from Suntan, Gonza, and Intercambing. UK, from what seemed like a sudden deficit, going to be skyrocketing their lead ahead now.
Yeah, those 2 big combos from Team UK, putting them in a good stead. Final chorus coming up here with some of the harder overlapping reading patterns. Kingling with the Hard Rock though, more about the mechanics. Haunter gets the break, it's just Kingling for Team UK here. against No 37 with that hidden.
Chile goes
Kingling.
Number 37 is going to get a chance to bring this back. He's still holding on to his SS. This is a phenomenal score from him. I completely forgot about this one. How did I miss that? That's phenomenal stuff from him, and he's going to single-handedly give Chile that lead going to the ending section. Easy Champ's the only ones who've got a decent recovery there for the UK. But number 37 is completely balling on this. Oh my lord. Are we going to see an SS on Hidden? There is no way this happens. No. No. Number 37, you are a beast. What a score.
What a score. What a score there from No 37. We were talking about it, we were hinting No 37 on Hidden is one to watch, but it's making a mockery of this map. AR 7.5 on Hidden is no joke. No 37 making that look easy. What a score.
What the heck was that? That has to be one of the best scores we've seen this weekend, surely. That is insanity! That is insanity! High CS, low AR, overlapping stream sections with weird rhythm sections and overlaps. How do you assess that, man? That is incredible. Honestly incredible.
It's ridiculous. I mean, okay, sure, it is lower OD. It's OD 7.5, but just dealing with those patterns without slipping up once.
Dude, yeah.
It's crazy. So, Chile really flexing there.
I'm sorry, man. Whether or not that AR, the OD was low or high, that's still an insane score, and he's gonna carry Chile single-handedly carry Chile into that. Chile have a chance to bring it back and give themselves a third point, a fourth point now to try and get 2 points up from the UK. Question is, what is it going to be?
Well, they've been going for lots of tapping. Team Chile, they've been going into that tapping, taking on the UK there. There's still some left. Break through the night. Definitely fits that bill, and there it is. That's what they're going for. They are not changing their strat, all tapping all the time into Team UK. At the moment, it's been pretty close, but they're going to stick with it, trying the chances on it.
Chile rocking with what they know best. This is their third pick in a row now, where they're rocking into that strong double time mechanics. They're a very, very formidable speed team. They're a very formidable speed team, as we've already established. But the fact that they're still going into these picks, knowing that the UK are so threatening on this, is honestly respectable. Very respectable from Chile. The fact that they know that any of these picks could massively backfire, but picking it anyway is kind of Chad, to be honest.
This one is a bit on the slower side compared to, say, Far East Nightbird. It's 228 BPM. More about the longer streams, more about the stamina. In the solo, about halfway to the third of the way through, it suddenly becomes finger control city with doubles and quads, and there's plenty of 1/6s on this as well, which are very quick at this BPM. But DT mechanics all day, every day for the most part. Yuna making an appearance here for Team Chile, so mixing up their tapping squad a little bit.
I believe this was the same lineup from DT3. I believe. Might be trolling in that regard, but I
no,
do
they
believe so.
had Suntan in on Far East Nightbird.
Okay.
Yuna's in for this one. I guess the slower BPM suits Yuna a bit better than Suntan here.
Yeah, it might be the stamina aspect that might be why we're seeing that switch in. But yeah, for Chile, very, very threatening team. Gonza seems to be in really good form today. And when Gonza's having a good day, man, he is an absolute maniac. So look out for him in that regard. The UK sticking into their core tapping roster. Akoliba, Malteser, Bubbleman, and Mr. Fudgeface, aka Rudge. Early stage sections here. Yunho's going to be the only one to drop there for Chile. But we are very, very early days. This map is about just under 2 minutes long. No, wait, no, a little bit more than that, actually. Just on 2 minutes.
The accuracies at the moment is definitely with Team Chile. They had the early miss, but that accuracy keeping them in the lead just by a little bit.
Here's another first big stamina section there. It's going to trip up Mathy just towards the ending. I believe that was actually the buzz starter that tripped him up. And that's going to be the first giant combo drop down for Chile. UK are going to be able to bring this into the next Kiai. But these little double sections there are going to be what's really frightening here. That's the control and the kind of, I don't know how to explain it, the stability to keep you alive there. Yunha the next to go down for Chile. United Kingdom still looking really good, keeping this going, keeping this four-way alive and keeping that lead pushing ahead for them.
Yeah, that four-way is just impossible to beat right now. Really relying on Gonza into camming to try and make something happen here if the UK slip. But their accuracies are increasing as this map goes on. They're only getting more comfortable. They got a lot of insurance too. Here comes that solo in just a moment where more control comes into it. Oh, double miss there from UK though. It's still okay. But
no, Malteser.
Never mind now.
No, this is bad. This is really bad. This isn't even the difficult section. And every single player except for a Colibet have dropped on the verses. You still got the tough section to come through. This is the harder part where you'd expect a potential break there from your one full combo in the UK. And there he goes. That's the drop from a Colibet. A full reset from the UK. And Chile are bringing this back. Into Camming's holding on to full combo. Mathy may drop. But into Camming keeps it alive. He's got to hold on for just a little bit longer. That's the flip solidified. A small lag drop is going to slowly ease it in. And there's the flip. Guitar solo section to come through. There's the double miss from Chile. Finally into Camping's gone. But one man may trade it. But it's back to dead even, Doomsday. Yunha with the biggest combo for Chile. But there he goes. And there's the recoveries from both Malteser and Rudge to keep it going for the UK. Molt may go down, but Rudge still has it. We're going to the final section. A chain miss could switch this around. But the UK seem to have gotten it. The triple miss they come through, but it's not enough time.
It's just Bubbleman 2 and a combo. Mathy has combo to pull this one back. But time is running out here for Chile to make something. Bubbleman gets the break. Chile with combo now.
Mathy, keep it holding for just a little bit longer. You might be able to get it. 25,000 score. Spinner. No, it's not going to be enough. Whoa. What a close one. That could have been anyone's map. It looked one-sided at one point, then it flipped with a triple miss or a quad miss from the UK, then into Cambing and Gonza dropped. It was back and forth, giant bombshells of drops. But it ends up being the UK to triumph, but not by much. Thankfully, they convert the breakpoint. It's even grounds now. Those breakpoints have been traded. It's back to the UK to get a pick and try and get their lead in. But God, what a tense one. I was on the edge of my seat for that one, Doomsday.
It was chaos. Both teams are doing their best to just lose that point, to be honest. Just breaks everywhere on that ending. A great start, but both teams holding on for dear life at the end. You are still even, though, at the moment. Now the dust is cleared. In the second half of this game, it's 3-3. Playing a best of 5 now. UK with the next pick. And they've been going for a lot of different kinds of maps, but it's definitely been taking the control side of things with all 3 of their picks. Hidden hasn't been touched. I think both teams are a little bit afraid to go into that hidden pool, considering players both have.
Indeed. I think the UK are a little bit worried about leaning into that hidden 2, especially considering that utter dominant showing from number 37. It's a bit of a scary one that you may be a little bit hesitant to pick now that you've seen the potential from that dude. And it seems like Zetsu's going to be the next pick here for the UK. LMT's extra difficulty. This is some really terrifying finger control flowing hybrid with lots of really harsh rhythm changes, very uncomfortable sudden bursts. Tell us more about this map, Doomsday. This one's a doozy.
Yeah, this map's got a lot to it. It's multi-BPM. It goes from like 230 to 260 BPM. Linear aim for like half the map, then halfway through it all of a sudden changes to like 175 control streams and, you know, awkward anti-air, very awkward, and so many sudden changes in style and time signatures and things throughout this. It takes players that can really adjust to things on the fly, because these changes just sort of come down like a sledgehammer, and it's easy to break if you just miscue on a BPM change or a snapping change. There's so many in this map.
Yeah, and with that taken into account, you have to imagine that no mods are actually probably the safest option here. Any running mods are really dangerous. With those rhythm changes and awkward sections, Hard Rock's going to be really difficult to act and maintain with those mechanics on top. And with Hidden, I mean, duh. I mean, the rhythm changes and the scary hybrid aim control, it's going to be a little awkward on the Hidden side, especially with a devastating section that I feel like was made to destroy Hidden players. I feel like a devastating stream section that overlaps with one another. 3 lots of them, actually, that are a staple with this map. You can hear the guitar solo section now. That's what we're going to be seeing in the stream. It's a doozy.
You can see it with this bit right here. That's where those weird streams come in, and that's where the Hidden players weep. But considering these two teams, you got professionals in the lobby here. They ain't afraid of nothing. Haunter's in. I imagine Haunter will be taking the Hidden on this one.
Yeah.
Kingling on the Hard Rock. Makes sense for the UK. That's their usual setup.
With Intercami and TFGE on their respective mods as well. I'm not surprised by this mod set either. No overmods from either team. They're keeping it as simple as possible. Haunt has previously done really, really well for the UK on these alt control heavy Hiddens. So I'm expecting to see him perform decently well here. Early stages looking good here for the UK. Just a drop from Suntan. And a little bit of an accuracy disadvantage here with your Hard Rock players. And coming with that early big act drop, giving Kingling that small lead. Kingling's been known to be one of the strongest accuracy players on Hard Rock, so I don't think that accuracy is going to budge unless we see a big fall apart. But so far, so good for the UK, but it's really, really close. Basically even. That break from Santan only being a 50, 60,000 combo difference. That accuracy is what's keeping that swing even here for both teams.
I'm impressed with some of the accuracies on the board. This one's hard to act, given the mapping style and patterns those at the BPM changes. Mathy holding 99% is kind of crazy, even on the no mod.
Yeah, Mathy with some really good act here. This is quite a scary section there. That's surprisingly led to more breaks than you maybe have thought, but it's not going to lead to a drop from anyone here. Both teams still looking so poised. The only small combo difference is from that early drop from Santan, but it seems like the accuracy from Chile are going to be giving them that lead. It will end up slowly falling for the UK if it does stay at this rate. If we continue to see these full combos flourish, it will eventually go to the UK due to combo scaling. But so far it's looking good, but there's Haunter! That's the first drop there for the UK. But we're starting to slowly approach that halfway mark with that devastating stream section where you could see a drop. Here we go. The scariest part for a Hidden player in particular, TFGE. Keep an eye on this guy. He's going to be the most important one. And there's triple miss from Chile. It's just Suntan now to bring it alive for Chile, but it's not going to be much compared to the triple from the UK. Completely shredding on that stream section. They're going to be able to bring it into the slower section. A little bit more on the easier side, but still difficult. You see those really scary bursts, and down goes Kingling. But the UK still have a great established advantage here. It's just Suntan against Bobbleman and a Colibed with a good recovery from Haunt to suppress one of those recoveries from Chile.
With 2 FCs to 1, though, there's not a lot that Chile can do, but as long as Suntan holds that combo, they have a chance. Section's a little bit more doable. Chance to make that multiplier count for the UK. But things change very soon. This map doesn't really stop for nothing.
Yeah. This is still Chile. This is still a winnable game here for Chile. Do not count this out. These two combos from the UK are still really easy breakable, especially with those twists and turny stream sections that could lead to a drop, but that's not going to be the case. Nobody is missing on these sections. This is so tense. But the more the UK hold, the far away they're going to be from Chile's hands. They're losing the grip, Chile. They're not able to try and make this close at all. We're going to a bit more of a difficult section, but by this rate, more players are going to be dropped than you want here. And Mathy's going to be the next to drop. Bubbleman may go down, but Suntown still remains contested with the Colibed. There's no significant advantage still here for Chile. You still have that combo from a Colibet just keeping it suppressed. Horn and Killing with phenomenal recoveries going to the ending section. And going towards the ending here, the UK seems to have gotten it. Fantastic 2 scores from both the Colibet and Bubbleman. A Colibet solidifying that FC. Suntan, despite that tragic early 1 miss, will not be able to bring it back for Chile. A Colibet keeps it away from Chile's reach and give the UK that 4th point.
Yep, it's another FC there for a Colibet. Can chalk another one up for him there. He's having a very good game. A Colibet. Suntan is as well, though. The classic reverse choke. Miscounts across the board, very good. The highest miscount being a 6, and that's on Hard Rock for Intercamming, so that's fair enough. Some great scores all across the lobby again from these two. Very competitive. These control maps are paying dividends here for Team UK so far.
Yeah, the UK seem to have been excelling a lot more on these control alt maps. And the free mods especially. Look at that. All 4 free mods picked there for the UK. Oh, except for the one that was banned. But all 3 of the other free mods were picked. So they're definitely very comfortable on this. Despite losing the free mod 1 and the free mod 4 by close fashions. I mean, it's safe to say that they're a comfortable team, man. They like their flexibility. And despite Chile losing, it's still, yeah, I mean, the ulti maps seemingly look a lot better here for the UK. So you could still see a more control-y pick here, maybe the double time 4 next pick there from the UK, but it is Chile to go for it next. Now that they've exhausted their speedy picks, what do you think they go? Do you think they're going to go for the double time 1? I think that's a very bold one. What do you think?
It's bold, but it would play into their strengths again, with that being pretty much raw aim at very high speed. I think it still suits, you know, their core speed players. Gonza, Intercamming, Mathy are going to be pretty happy with that, but they're not going there. They're going to be going into some hidden here, Shiba. But it is more speed, so it's not too far from where they've been going. Some breakcore, some custom songing, by the way. Thank you very much to Sorry About My Face for some lovely breakcore here for the OS World Cup this year. Mapped by Fergus, classic breakcore mapper, 240 BPM, bursts and speed and high density. AR 9.2 is pretty low. Quite a strong reading element to this one too.
I think Chile are still leaning into these tapping mechanics picks. Every single map they've lead into so far has been that speed. They're really relying on it right now. And this one does slap on that hidden on top of it, which does make it a little bit more questionable on whether some players can play as well as you would expect. I think I'm leaning towards the high density here, potentially tripping out players like maybe Mathy, maybe a Colibet, or not a Colibet, maybe like Malteser, if Malteser is to be in here. Having Bubbleman around is great. I think Bubbleman's great for this because he's got that great tapping ability for a map like this and the comfort on the hidden to make this a good score from him. I'm looking out to see what he can do. Intercamming, I think, is a brilliant jack of all trades outside of the reading. I think he's very capable on a map like this. The question is, what are the other 2 Chile players going to be? Because this might kind of cut away some of the speed players that we would expect so often from Chile.
Yeah, you combine the density with the speed, and it does give you like an interesting quandary on how some of the speed players do when they really like their higher AR. But it looks like Chile have got their picks. Suntan and Gonza coming in. Gonza's versatile enough. He should be just fine with the reading side of this. Suntan coming in for this, more of a mechanics player, but he's been doing well on the control too. Should be okay. It's decent choices, but no TFG, no 37. I suppose the speed side of things might be taking them out somewhat.
Yeah, I'm a little unsure of what the Chilean team is going to be running here. I think for the UK, I think it's a little bit more obvious. I think we're probably going to see Rudge. We're probably going to see Malteser. For Chile, I'm honestly unsure. I mean, you saw that hover of Gonza and Suntan. But are they going to be the ones playing? Gonza are very, very capable. Gonza is very, very capable on a map like this. So I'm expecting him to be in here for this. He's been in really good form, the Chilean team today.
Yeah, surely Gonza should be playing this, given how he's been doing. Even if it is a bit of a different flavour of speed with the density. I think he'd be a great pick for this. Yeah, looks like Kingling's coming in. His speed's been doing just fine, and he's got the reading chops to do okay on this. Malteser was hovering there. Now, Malteser is interesting because he's not really a hidden player, Malteser. He can do well on it if things come together for him, but it's certainly not the most comfortable style for him. But if it's speedy, you'll want him. But maybe Easy Champ might not be a bad choice for this as well. He should be perfectly fine on 240 speed. So UK have some choices depending on who's feeling it today.
Yeah, I think Malteser, despite being quite confident on tapping, I think it's actually kind of a running gag to have Malteser as that awkward fill player on the hidden. He's been vocal about how uncomfortable he is on hidden maps. In fact, making memes out of it to that degree. It's clear to say that despite him loving the tab mechanics maps, the hidden slapped on top is simply not going to be what he wants, and it is going to be Easy Champ coming in here for the UK as their fourth player. Kingling has been on a big improvement spree on his tapping mechanics. He set some really good scores in solo as of recent, so I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to be pulling up on a map like this. Granted, it might not be his most well-known strength, but it's still something that I think he can do really, really well on, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Gonza and Suntan are going to be in here for Chile. I think we called Gonza. Suntan, I think, is a great filler here. So this is an exciting one. Once again, a really heavily contested pick here from both teams. It's up to which one will prevail on the map.
Immediately, a couple misses here for Team UK. Bubbleman and a Colibed with some early misses. Bit of a lull there. I wonder if that took some of the warmers out for a couple of the players. Matthew gets the break as well. Akalib is getting quite a few misses. Quite a few drops here from Team UK early on.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a tough start here for the UK. You've got so many drops from all three players. It is just Easy Champ to hold on past this first intro section. But I think it might just be a little bit of adjustment. I think Colibed and the rest of the UK are going to be able to start to recover a little bit. But it's clear that Colibed is a little bit uncomfortable here into this earlier section. Hopefully he'll start building a recovery here. Into Camming is going to be the next to drop here for Chile. You also have Matthew with the drop earlier on, but that recovery is looking really good. Seems like just a little bit of adjustment here. This map is quite awkward to get used to, so you got to give yourself a bit of time. But Matthew's going to be going down next for Chile. It's starting to get quite even here with the combos now that those two major drops from Chile are gone. Still have Gonza and Suntan to build it, but Easy Champ trailing with that full combo alongside of Kingling and the Colibed with the combined recoveries looking good. Bubbleman's going to be the next to drop though, and there goes a Colibed. There's not a lot of consistency here for this UK team. It's just Easy Champ and Kingling now.
Gonza though gets the break though. Kingling does follow suit though. It is still with Team Chile, but not by too much. Not anymore. There goes Suntan. It's with UK. Never mind, Easy Champ gets the break. It's still with Team Chile. Constantly trading here.
There's a little bit of a difficulty ramp up here. BPM increase as well. These jumps get a little bit quicker. These bursts get a little bit scarier. But into Camming and Matthew looking good on their recoveries here. Chile are starting to build and build. Keep it further and further away from the UK's reach. You've got good recoveries here from Colibed and Bubbleman. We still have a third of the map left. There's still a chance here for the UK to build something. And considering how awkward this map has been for so many players here, so many drops from everybody, there is a chance. But they need it now more than ever. And they've got a good lifeline there from Intercamming dropping. The recoveries from the UK are going to start building the lead now in their favor as long as there's no drops. But there's the double miss from Kingling and Easy Champ. The biggest combo from the UK is gone. And it's now back to a Colibed and Bubbleman to try and bring it back. Bubbleman goes down. It's just a Colibed now. A Colibed against Gonza with the full combos. Not the full combos, but the combo recoveries here. Nobody's got a full combo. Gonza drops, but I think that recovery from a Colibed is not going to be enough.
No, it's too little too late. There's a bit more of the map here, but the 300k is unassailable at this point. Chile always having their noses in front on this one, just a little bit. The density really catching a lot of the players out though. It's a unique pick. But Chile have that density speed down pat today. Only by a little bit though. But they do get it. They win their own point, 4-4. Getting really close now. Final pick for both these two teams coming up.
Oh. Ooh. This is getting very exciting, Doomsday. Very, very exciting. Both teams now have one more. Both teams have one more pick left to go. It is a best of 3 in their picks here. And if they trade victories, it's going to be a tiebreaker. Man, I told you this was going to be close, and damn well I am happy about this. What are the UK going to pick next? I think they've got some good options here. They've got the hidden 2 available, but that's a risk pick. I know the UK are good on the hidden. They've performed one of the best in the qualifiers. In fact, number 1 on hidden in the qualifiers. But seeing number 37 around is a scary player. I don't know if the UK are going to pick into this. You could go into the DT1, but that again is a risk. What do you think the UK are going to pick, Doomsday? Because I'm a little unsure.
I mean, I think in most other circumstances, going into low AR last pick is the UK's like signature move. But do you want to do that into Chile? I would definitely be considering not doing that. I think as a team, UK are pretty good on a map like that with the linear aim. But Chile would love that too. I say with No Mod 1, Hidden 1, DT1 open, the more standard aim maps. I guess Hidden 1 isn't that standard, but I don't think UK will go into those. Kero Sax. I mean, I mentioned it could be a pick. And they have Easy Champ. They have Easy Champ.
Yeah, we do love Kero Sax. But it's going to be Blue Zenith. I did not. Okay, I did not expect this from the UK, but I am here for it. Now, the big question I'm raising here is that you have Intercamping and Matthew who are really good on stuff like this, which is a scary one, but the UK seem to be confident going into it. Of course, you cannot count out Kingling. He's going to be the absolute favorite to get the highest score on a map like this. He is a star on Hard Rock stream maps. One of his most famous skill sets. Maybe that's the method that UK are relying on.
Yeah, Kingling should be right at home with this. But as well, looking at some other players on Team UK, Akolibed. I honestly think in terms of a tournament, Akolibed flow aim in tournament is one of the scariest in the world. He's so consistent on it. He's carried it multiple times in team tourneys. So UK have players that are going to be very well suited to this on Hard Rock, but you look at Chile and they've got players that are suited to this too. The obvious two of Intercamping and Matthew, and they've got mechanics players in the back burner that should make a nice 4 for this. But, I mean, yeah, sure, this is 200 BPM streams, but this has some awkwardness. It has some pretty... I mean, it's scary enough aim. The aim in this is very missable. We've seen it happen already. So this isn't just turn your brain off flow aim. You really have to be on the ball to deal with some of these patterns as well as the mechanics. It's scary in a tournament, man, to put Blue Zenith Hard Rock in. Even if the mechanics are not too off what top players are used to playing in tournament.
Seems like both teams have decided on their filling player. I could have maybe thought of seeing Chile running Trot Gamer, but it seems like they're going to be sticking with Suntan. He's been doing really well as their 4th filling player for most of these maps, so I'm expecting to see him do very good stuff. And for the UK, it's going to be Rudge. Both of these teams have some incredible, threatening players. This is a very exciting pick. This is the one for the UK to try and secure themselves TB. Akolibed, Kingling, Rudge, and Easy Champ. For Chile, Intercamping, Yunha, Mathy, and Suntan. It's Blue Zenith. It is one of, if not the most famous maps of all time. A stream stamina extravaganza. 200 BPM, super long, consistent streams with some very terrifying jumps applied to it as well. It's an iconic one. I don't think anyone has not played this song. So it's going to be a doozy. With Hard Rock slapped on it as well. It's going to make these stream patterns extra spaced, extra scary, extra difficult. So I can't wait for this one, man. Here we go. It's Blue Zenith time, baby.
Solid starts from players. Kingling, first one to break for Team UK on the opening streams here. It's the only one, though. Starts out a bit easier than the rest. Of course, the map gets harder as it goes on. It basically gradually increases in difficulty as it goes on. Jumps coming in here.
Oh, big jump change is going to trip up multiple players. 3 from the UK and 1 from Chile. The other combos here from Chile looking really good. You got into Camming and Matthew holding on to Great Ack alongside Suntan with that SS. UK not only losing the combo, but in the accuracy department, it is just rushed to hold something back here. But we've got quite a while. This map's 4 minutes long. There's about 2/3 of the map left to go. Long stream section to come through here. A little bit of different flow aims. A little act drop there from Matthew. But everyone here is looking really, really solid. A little bit of a slow section here. But we're soon going to be getting into the typical stream sections you would expect from a map like this.
Here we go. Get back into some of the streams now. Matthew gets the break there. Still with Chile though, 2 FCs to 1. Just Rudge for Team UK. Suntan into Cambing here for Team Chile. But here's where things start getting really scary, Shiba. As I'm sure we all know, this is where the business end of this map really kicks in.
The stream spacing is going to start getting amplified here. Easy Champ is struggling on this flow. He's not able to get a combo on the board. The rest of Chile able to build some really good recoveries. It's all up to Rudge for the UK to try and keep something alive. Big space straps, big stream section to come through, and it's going to lead to the drop from Rudge. That's the biggest combo for the UK gone. Kingling joins him as well. Into Camming may go down, but those recoveries from Chile are so phenomenal. Suntan holding on to 1500 combo, and the side of Yunha still keeping a Colibet completely oppressed. Suntan and Matthew are going to go down though. Hold on a second. There's a third of the map left to go. It's Yunha against the Colibet for these big recovery combos. There's still a chance. A Colibet hits that entire thing. Same with Yunha. Another drop from Kingling, traded by Matthew and Suntan. Rudge as well. 2 double missing from both players. The advantage in the combo is now in favor of the UK, but they've got a tall mountain to climb. Sorry, not a small one. A very tall mountain to climb here.
Very tall, God. I mean, it looks near insurmountable, to be honest, but with the ending being so chain missable, you can use so much score. Chile have to be awake here.
If either of those ginormous combos from each respective team goes down, this could massively take it. And there's a Colibet! That's the big combo gone for the UK. Kingling's gone as well. And going into this final ending section, Yunha is keeping it going for Chile. The final ending section, the streams are as space I could ever be. Matthew and Suntan continuously struggling, but Yunha and into Cambing have got their backs. Easy Champ has got a valiant effort here. Yunha hits the jumps and ends the map in style. Chile gonna get the most important breakpoint of the game and secure Chile match point.
Yunha's shaking, but what a performance from Yunha and into Cambing on the ending there. To make it pretty decisive in the end on Blue Zenith. Great breakpoint for them, and they are in the best position they could be in here. They've got the next pick. It's the double 1 miss from Intercambing and Yuna. Goodness me.
Damn. The pick from the UK backfired massively, the most important one. The one where you'd think on paper they have a great odds on. End up getting mowed down by Chile. Several combos that go over 1400. Whereas on the UK, you only have a Colibet to rival that. Such incredible consistency from the Chilean roster. And they're one pick off from winning the match.
Yeah, that tapping side has been doing the business today. Also, as well, I'm going to mention Easy Champ, who also comboed through the ending there with 1.1k combo. He's been so good this tournament, Easy Champ. But him and the UK are up against it here now. They've got to take a break point to take it to TV. But where do Chile go? I mean, if you want to go into speed, where do they go other than Gimmick Alley with like Kero Sax? Or maybe DT1? Maybe DT1, maybe.
It feels like you're advertising DT4 right now. I feel like we've mentioned it so many times.
Oh, is it not obvious? I've thought I've been subtle with how much I would love the fact that Kero Sax is in the map pool in 2023. Let's go, dude. I just want to see it picked once. I'm begging. Please do it.
Yeah, it hasn't actually been picked at all in this tournament. In day one, we haven't seen it at all played. We saw it played during the show match, but that doesn't count. Don't be cheap. We want the real pick.
Saw it, but
yeah. The next
really
pick
want.
from Chile. Next pick from Chile is a big question mark. Sorry, what were you going to say, Dims?
I'm saying what we really want is seeing it picked up as last pick in a tournament match. It's
so true.
the most serious part for the silliest song, but will Chile go there? They're really thinking about this, and they really should be thinking about this. They do have a No Mod 1, and I honestly think No Mod 1's not a bad choice for Chile if they want to change things up, because of their mechanics team.
Number 37's in the lobby. Now that raises a few exclamation points there.
Oh, they're not thinking about picking...
Could we see Hidden 2?
Oh, they're not thinking about that, are they? Oh my goodness. I mean, that would be... I mean, their picks this game have just been so brave. They've just been showing no fear. But that one, into the team that scored number 1 on Hidden in qualifiers, with their low AR team, for last pick, tournament lives in the line, that would be something else. Ooh, will they do it though?
Chile, with that singular player typing meow in chat, gives us a lot of information. And it will! It's Hidden 2 for Chile! So, this is so brave, and I love it! I love it!
Here we go. Low AR Hidden, linear aim. The sort of thing that both these two teams love, but they're up against it now with two teams that love this stuff going against each other. Chile banking all of their chips on progression, their best tournament for 12 years, and it could be going further if this gambit pays off.
Chile are on the line of pushing beyond their national peak, even further than they already have. The UK have such an incredible roster on this. As already mentioned, they were the number 1 Hidden 2 reading team in the qualifier stage. Granted, this one's going to be a bit more on the difficult side, a bit more on the skill cap heavy side. But I think Chile, after seeing that phenomenal performance from from number 37 from Sig, can't help but think Chile looking really confident. They think, you know what, we can do this, we can win this. We've got the roster for it. But the UK are staring down at them. Eyes like blades. Come at us, bro. With that insane roster here. Easy Champ, Hon, Akolibad, Bubbleman. Such a dangerous, ballsy pick. It's up to this one to secure TV point. It's up to this one. It's up to this one for us to see Endverse. Will this gamble work out, or will this fall and lead to TB?
Sometimes back in. He did very well on Hidden, on Sig. TFG, of course, coming in for this. Solid all-rounder. The rest of the team for Chile writes itself on something like this. But so does it for the UK. Chile, one more point away from the win. UK have to take this to go to TB. Linear aim. This map has disgusting circular linear aim patterns. 3 of them. First one coming up in just a moment.
Yeah, this map starts off very rowdy here. Immediately hitting you some insane levels of aim discipline and reading on top of that. We're already seeing a few misses here into Cambing, TFGE, Horn, and Akolibad all dropping. Number 37 nailing all of that along with the rest of the players. Santan next to drop for Chile, giving the lead to the UK. But there's still a lot of those really tough patterns to go. And if number 37 can hit the rest of this map and hold on for the long gun, this could be really threatening. This guy is single-handedly the scariest guy in the lobby on a map like this. He proved it with 3 mod 4, and he could prove it with this one too. But for Chile so far, it's not looking good. That drop from Santan is going to give UK an even bigger lead. Haunt and the Collie, but despite that early drop, it's going to be big. But down goes number 37. That's a ginormous drop from your best reading player. That's going to cap his score ginormously, and that's going to give UK a giant lead.
Yeah, that's huge now. 2 FCs. Bubbleman and Easy Champ on a map like this should be comfy. One of them gets the drop. It's Easy Champ. It's just Bubbleman now on the AR8 aim to keep it together with his team, but he ain't getting very far because the recoveries from Chile are pretty good.
Oh,
TFG on the slider, though.
Drops on that giant slider. That's the disastrous drop. You had even ground out the combo ground. And despite Colibet dropping on that giant section, UK still have such a good lead, 164,000. Bubbleman still keeping this alive, hitting all of those aim sections into camping, trying so desperately to come back. A triple miss from the UK. Chile do have that combo advantage now. It can slowly start going back in favor of them. And the break is shown. Bubbleman, you've got to hold on. You have to do it. Into camping is staring at you, trailing you. He's coming for your combo. It all comes down to the most decorated tournament player of all time to keep the UK in this. Camping's gone.
He's gone. It's just Bullman left of the FC. He's been here, done that for years, and he's doing it again here for Team UK when they needed him the most. Stealing it on the last pick.
Bubbleman once again proves that he is a man that cannot be tested. You aim at the king, you best not miss. Bubbleman may drop, but the UK triumph. Final aim section to come through. It does not mean jack. Chile with the boldest pick of the game. Fall and slip. Especially against the most decorated tournament player of all time and the most legendary UK player ever. The king of the UK gives the UK a lifeline, a pick, a win that is invaluable, and a tiebreaker.
We are going all the way with this one. All the way. 800k from Bubbleman on the AR8. Making it happen. Chile have been showing no fear with these picks, but that one hasn't worked out at all, although it came down to the one player making the difference. And we are at tiebreaker, Shiba. We're breaking out Endverse again to decide this one. They cannot be separated. We need to go to the last map.
It's time. It's time for Endverse. The sequel to Corsair's Open 2023's Where the Spirits Go On. Custom song by Policia. Mapped by a myriad of fantastic mappers. A tech test of consistency. I could not be more excited for this, Doomsday. What is the deal with this map? Tell us about it. There's a lot to it.
There's a lot to this, but I think if you had to sum it all up, tie it up in a nice little bow, it is, for the most part, a techie aim mechanics tiebreaker of sorts. Lots of those, you know, the tech aim, high SP kick sliders into big jumps, into constant bursts. Plenty of cut streams throughout as well. There's a part in the middle when it goes into like 1/3 ulti jump patterning sort of thing. Goes into like a No More 4 style tech section around halfway as well. And then at the very end, it goes into some big aim with lots of kick sliders and bursts and space streams. It's got a bit of everything, this, but it's definitely got a tech edge to it, with plenty of mechanics thrown into. So you break out some of your techie players, but you need those mechanics players, and I think both teams have key players that are going to be just fine on techie stuff and mechanics. I am looking straight away at Intercamming and Matthew on a map like this, though, Shiba, to do some damage.
These two have been the staple superstars for Chile. Now is their time to prove it more than ever. On the other side, you have a daunting UK roster. You've got Bobbleman, the one himself, the man himself. A Colibed, the #2 player in the world. A phenomenal mechanics player. with Kingling, a consistency beast, and Rudge here, mechanics freak as well. The UK are a daunting roster on this one, but Chile are no joke. We've already talked about how phenomenal Intercamming and Mathy are. Suntan, he's done so well for this Chilean team for so many maps that you wouldn't see him play on paper. He's such a great all-rounder, such a core. And then you've got TFGE. Staple hidden player for this team on the mechanics. Having hidden slapped on for this guy is going to be a comfort point, and a point that could be that breakaway for Chile in the score with that hidden bonus slapped on top. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the tiebreaker. It's time for Enverse. This is it. It's do or die.
Yep, this is for all the marbles. The loser's going home. The winner is marching on. Once Bancho kicks in, of course. There we go.
Oh, I believe we had actually... Is that an early disconnect from Mathy?
It was very early, that.
I think that was actually an early disconnect, unless the Bancho is freaking out on me here. Okay.
Bancho is just trolling. It's fine.
There we go. Honestly, the overwhelming presence of this epic match, along with a banger tiebreaker to finish it off, probably tripped up Bancho. No surprises there. Anyway, let's get into this early stage of the map here. The early build-up starting to struggle. A few players starting to lead to a few early drops here. The only combos holding on are Suntan, TFGE, and Bubbleman. But we're already a quarter of the way in. And Chile have a good lead. But he's still anyone's map here. The recoveries from the UK are looking really good as well.
Looks like as we're joining here, I think we're going into the 1/3 section. Yeah, here we go. Some more control.
A lot of tapping control, a lot of discipline required in this. Kingling's going to go down once again. Roger and Bubbleman are going to be the two players to look out for massively on this section. They're really, really good on this ult control. It's going to lead to a drop from Mathy first, but it's not the drop that you want. You still have those two big combos from Chile to keep it alive. Big burst there to come through. That's going to trip up into camping. And we're going into another mechanic section there. Kingling's going to dog down, and so does Suntan. That's a massive trade for the UK. They're going to start flipping it now in their favor as long as they hold on to the combo. Colibet and Rudge looking really good on the recoveries. Bubbleman still holding on. The TFGE is keeping him at bay from causing any major havoc. But down he goes! Bubbleman drops! And TFGE is left uncontested on this hidden.
The only FC left. It's still precarious though. UK have two good recoveries. It's on the back of TFGE, and he has to hold for Team Chile. He sees at the break. He has to hold because he's been chased down by two big combos on Team UK.
It all comes down to this. Final half of the map here. One half down, one half to go. Colibet and Rudge are the biggest threats for the UK. The other combos from both Bubbleman and Kingling are going to go down. Bubbleman's done his work with the big combo, but he's got to try and build something up. It's all up to TFGE on this hidden. The more difficult this map gets, the more denser it is. And the more that hidden could be a question mark. Rudge goes down. Bubbleman into camming are also joining in the drops here.
TFGE there goes the break. TFGE's down. A Colibet. 1,000 combo.
A Colibet, the number 2 player in the world. You've got to keep it alive here. The advantage is still in favor of Chile, but he's gone down. There's no combos left for the UK.
It's Suntan again. Well, no, in mind, Suntan goes down. It's still with... Oh god, no, it's with UK now.
There's so many combo drops here. Yeah, there's so many drops. I think the UK have overall a small advantage, but it's not by much. Intercamming and Kingling are going to go down. But Bubbleman's now the biggest combo left. TFGE drops. But Mathy's trailing. It's going to slowly start shrinking here for the UK going into the last quarter. But they've got to hold. They've got to keep it going. The giant combos are no longer a threat. It's the team recovery, the teamwork making the dream work here for the UK. They've got to do this. 30k and shrinking. Final quarter to go through. A little bit more of a techie 130 section here. Big jump there. No drops.
The mechanics coming in now, though. The aim is coming in very soon.
Chile are also building a lot of combo. Down goes Bubbleman. Is the advantage now going in favor of Chile? No, it's not. There's a double miss from Chile. Wait, there's time. Kingling's gone down. A Colibet and Rudge are still holding. It's slowly shrinking down. Suntan goes down as well. It's just Mathy into camming for the Chile. Equalibet drops, but Rudge still has it, but there's a big drop there. It's gaining now back in favor of Chile. There's barely any time left. Matthew into cameo, keeping the recovery alive. And a triple miss from the UK, and a double miss from Chile. Is there enough map left for the UK to bring this back? For Rudge to bring it back. Space Street leads in the drop, and it won't happen. Chile, with this ending section approaching them, I believe may have done this as long as there's no chain misses on that Space Stream. And that's it. Chile have done it.
It's all over.
They have knocked down the UK. They've knocked them out. But golly, did the Knights of the UK pull up a magnificent fight.
Oh,
Chile will be the ones to triumph. They'll be the ones to triumph. Oh my goodness. What a match. I'm losing my voice, Doomsday. I can't talk.
What a match. Chile taking on one of the heavyweights here in the UK, going toe-to-toe, picking some of their strongest maps all the way through this match, and taking it the closest way possible against one of the most decorated players, or the most decorated player, who was really trying to make it work there for the UK in Bubbleman. But it is going to be the UK that fall. Chile march on. They are still in this tournament. The dream run here for the Chileans that they have been yearning for so long. And it is going to be going on.
For such a long time, this Chilean team has been yearning for something. And this is the year for Chile where something special is starting to come alight. They've taken down one of the most notorious Host World Cup nations of all time in the UK. Defeated a terrifying 2023 roster. And they'll be the ones to triumph and advance into the next stage. Facing Germany, I believe, right? Yeah.
It is, yeah, Germany.
They will be facing Germany in the losers bracket. And I believe that'll be tomorrow. Yeah, sorry, carry on, Doomsday.
I was gonna say, yeah, going from one Titan to another is basically what I was saying. Yeah, it's happening. It's happening tomorrow. So no chill for Chile. They got to keep fighting this weekend, but that's got to give them some heart. Man, what a game! Germany have their work cut out against this Chilean roster tomorrow.
Truly, right? Truly. Chile are proven to be more than just a mechanics team. These guys are freakishly good. I cannot wait to see what this team's going to do up against Germany tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it from us for now. Later today, we do still have a match coming up, I believe, between Canada and Australia. Now, that's going to be a banger, I'm telling you now. That's going to be an absolute slapper. Please, go get yourself a break. Go take a break. Take some water. Have something to eat. Chill for the next few hours. And then come back for Australia against Canada. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. It's been a blast. I've been Sad Shiva. I've been joined by the phenomenal Doomsday. Thank you so much. We'll see you all later for Australia versus Canada.
Stay tuned.